Hey, hi guys, welcome back on our YouTube channel. I'm Akshay Kurekar, blockchain developer and YouTuber, your friend. In today's video, we're gonna see a very interesting concept called Hyperledger Explorer. So, we're gonna connect our Hyperledger Explorer with already set up network on which is we will refer here our EHR playlist project, or we can say electronic health record blockchain based system project we're gonna use to connect with Hyperledger Explorer. If you have not checked out my EHR playlist or electronic health record blockchain based system project yet, please check it out. You'll get the link in the description box or somewhere in the I button over here. So wait, I'll not explain what is Hyperledger Explorer and all those things. I'll simply show you what is it. So let's get started with the video. Okay, so this is very interesting, rich UI for Hyperledger Fabric project. You can see here Hyperledger Explorer. Hyperledger Explorer is nothing but the UI for your Hyperledger Fabric network. So UI in the sense in terms of number of blocks we can check, number of transaction, number of nodes, chain codes deployed, and lot more like the peers, whatever the peers we have, they can check the status, is it up or not, how many peers we have, all the blocks we have, and the number of transaction added into that particular block. So you can see all those things in a very detailed manner, right? This is our network peers things. These all are the blocks. So what I did now, as of now, just I set up our network, and that's it. I connected with my Explorer. I have not deployed the chain code. You will see no chain code is here, and you can see my channel. I have channel called my channel, and the number of blocks is 3 in my network overall, right? And 3 transactions. Now let me show you the setup, how to do that, right? So it's simple and tricky at the same time, but few things you have to remember while setting up things. So let me show you that. You can refer my same repository. So I have added these as an extra functionality inside EHR Hyperledger Fabric project. This is the previous repository we were using for our EHR project. So I have added stuff into it only. So now please pay attention here. So this is very very important one, and of course UI play a lot of big role in our blockchain network, because I got few requests, or we can say few concerns. Yeah, we did complete EHR project, everything is running smooth, but how to show that, how to show the representation out of it, right? So here is the representation of my blocks, my transaction hash, you can check the block hash, and much more. So first let's try to understand the setup. So here we have Fabric samples repository, or we can say folder. Just in parallel to that, I have set up a new folder called Fabric Explorer. Okay, inside Fabric Explorer we have a few key things. First one is like connection profile folder, second one is organizations, and yeah, these are the two folders we are using. And then we have here config.json file and docker compose.yaml file. Okay, so let's start with the docker compose yaml file. So inside docker compose yaml file, I have used these particular things. How I got this, you can say the source code. You can get all the source code and read more into their official repository called blockchain explorer inside Hyperledger Labs project. We can say labs, inside Hyperledger Labs account, you can see there is one folder called blockchain explorer repository. So I clone that and I check it out, and there is detailed steps over there to how to connect and all those things. Okay, so I gone through all those things, and I zero down on this particular stuff. So this is like ready to go model. Just simply clone the repository and run it, and good to go, right? You don't have to do a lot of headache for configurations. Just I'll give you the exact step what things you have to change when you are integrating with your project. Remember that it's not same for each and every project. You must need to change this particular thing whenever you are implementing this in your project. Please remember that. Okay, so very first thing to understand, what what is your network name you are giving in your Hyperledger Fabric samples, right? If in your Hyperledger Fabric network name you are using Fabric test as your network name, this network name should be same in your Hyperledger Explorer as well. So that's what I am doing here. So this is a glitch what I've got in their official documentation. They have not mentioned it as Hyperledger Fabric. They have mentioned it like my dot mynetwork.com, something like that. That's what we are not referring at all, right? So I debugged it and then I replaced. So most of the thing, fabric underscore test is your default test name in your fabric sample project. So if you are using fabric sample or my repository, you don't need to do anything, but if you are using anything else, then feel free to use that, right? So how you will find that? This in the fabric sample docker yaml, you will get that. Okay, this is the one thing to remember. Other thing is standard things. We are fetching two images over here. First one is blocks explorer db, and then second one is Hyperledger Explorer latest. So these two images we are using to run are two different containers we will run. And then here we are setting up our path for data consistency and then connecting your profile. So see, it's pretty simple. We have our particular Hyperledger Fabric network is running and doing all the peer operation, blockchain, chain code operations, and all those things, right? We have connected with the API and Node SDKs, all this. Like interaction is happening properly. Now here is the my Explorer. So Explorer, what is Explorer? Explorer is completely a UI based stuff. Whatever network activities is happening under the hood, we are saying, yeah, we have committed 10 transaction, 100 transaction, or we have deployed 10 chain code or one chain code. Whatever we are saying in blockchain, we cannot visualize it directly, right? We have to go through some CLI, and then we'll get that, yeah, my, or we have to check my Docker container is up and running, and then we can check based on those logs. We can say prove that, or we can commit that yes, my blockchain network is running or not, or what transaction is there. So to simplify the process, to give the authenticity of more blockchain operations, we are using blockchain explorer over here to represent the blocks explorer peer orderers and their status, and then how many chain codes we deployed, the structure of chain code. I'm going to show you that as well. So all those things we can do use that. It's very helpful for any blockchain fabric project, and you can connect this with any fabric project. It's not like only EHR or any supply chain, or only any healthcare record or RWA. Any if you are using Hyperledger Fabric, you can simply connect this particular UI. So remember that. Okay, now another important file is like config.json. Config.json is again here, this is a connection path we are giving for my network. Now let's move to the connection path here. This is a simple configuration, network configuration file, where it's very important the name of your network, like simply test network we are calling it as, you can call it as anything that will reflect in your explorer. And then you have to give the path. So this is the path of my project. So what we did here, so you remember, we have did this thing multiple times previously when we connecting with the Node SDKs through APIs. We have to give proper path to interact with the my network, right? So previously we used to pass connection profile file, but here we are passing the key store and proper their admin store, admin certs, key user cert and admin certs we have to pass. So how to get that? So you can see here there is a one folder called organization, and this particular organization folder is this organization folder we got from fabric samples, right? So how to get this particular folder? It's simple. So I mentioned these things earlier in our playlist as well. Whenever whenever you will set up a new network, our network is going to create different organization peers, fabric ca orderers, all those things, right? So when we are saying they are creating it, it means they are creating their private certificates and public certificates new each time, right? So that is what it is here. So they have TLS certificates, and they are another key store certificates, cert.pam files, and everything is there inside this organization folder. So if you go inside peer organization, you can see org1 and org2. We have set it up two organization. Inside that, if you go any one of it, you will find peers, TLS, TLSCA, and then users. So we are going inside users, and then user, you can see user one and admin at the rate org1, right? So if you go inside user one, you can find here key store and this ID, right? This is their key store certificate we have here, correct? So this is their big name, correct? So we have to copy this. And please remember this thing, whenever you are setting up this particular project in your, for your network, you have to replace this thing. So not you have to grab that particular URL, Very first thing you have to do, you have to copy the organization files. You have to copy this particular organizations inside your explorer. So how to copy that, that is also very important. You don't have to copy paste direct using control C and control V. No, you have to use command. In readme I have updated few steps over here. So what's first step you have to do? First you have to copy this 2 times, remember that. Please, this is little tricky and weird as well, like why we are copying this 2 times. So the thing is, when you create your network, so network use some sudo level permissions as well as your user level permissions. To create your fabric ca, they will use sudo level permissions to create your pams and certificate, and to create your peers and order or organization level certificates, they will use your user level permissions. So when they use that user level permission, so they created with that user. You cannot copy, let's say if something is created with root and you are into the your user layer at Akshay, so Akshay cannot copy root level credential and put it into some other place. So they need sudo permission, they need root level permission to copy things. And if you have created something with Akshay and you are trying to do with root, so again that will also again conflict. You cannot copy the things which is created by only Akshay and which is not accessed by the root, right? So they need permission, like this file should be created and must be created by that particular individual who has created that at the network level. So that's why this is again a one key point to remember. You have to copy this same command 2 times. First you have to give run with the sudo, and second with the normal your copy as your application layer. So what it will do, it will simply, and you have to run this in from your most important, from your, let me give you the path. So here I have fabric samples and explorer. So we have to go inside fabric explorer, and from here we have to run this particular command. So I'll update my just to this as well. Step 0, right? First is to get into the my fabric Hyperledger Fabric Explorer, and then you have to do the copy command. Okay, after that, most important, just export these variables. This you can do as it is, because we are keeping the folder structure same, so you can simply copy this thing. So once you will run this particular command, you will get this folder. Yeah, this organization folder in your Fabric Explorer, right? And remember that this is inside git ignore, because they have the primary keys and then their certs and all those things. So we don't have to commit this to your GitHub repository. So remember that as well. So that's why I've added into the git ignore, and this will be remain again, this will be different for each and every project. Whenever you are recreating your network or whenever you are restarting your network, this particular folder gonna change. So remember that to change each time. Or this could happen, this could be the very generic issue. In first time you will run properly, but again if you down and complete network and everything, and again let's say after a few days you want to run that particular project, you will face challenges to, might be it won't run properly and all those things, because you are using the old credentials. So you have to remove the organization and you have to copy that organization folder again, then only it will run. Please remember that point as well. Okay, so what to check inside that, you have to check very properly, is there, I can see peer organization inside org1 org2, and then I can see users, and then can we see these users org1 and all those things, and this cert. Okay, this is one thing we have to check properly. And then inside fabric c, you have to check that, yeah, can I see order org, and then msp, and then key cert and all those key store as well. So this sometime you might not find that this some numeric ID type credential, you might see only issuer revocation private key and all those things. But remember to find all these files properly. If you are missing any of this, then it might cause any error in your setup. So just reminder, before running any command, just cross verify this thing. Once we have these things properly ready, then now it's a good time to check our connection file. Now here inside organization sections, there is a section called org1 msp. Inside org1 msp, we are passing admin private key. So who is admin for me? My user is again acting as a admin. So if you see this path, it's similar to this. So, and one more thing, we have already exported my fabric crypto path is like my slash org. You can see slash organizations. Okay, so inside Docker Compose YAML, we have here defined fabric crypto path is defined as temp crypto. So this temp slash crypto is my container path. Okay, so this is my I think I hope I'm assuming you guys know how container concept works. So this is my actual path inside my real folder structure, and this is my this temp and crypto is my container path. This will get applied inside once they will copy their actual file into the container. Okay, so this is their container path. So that whatever we are defining here is my container path. So I take here temp crypto, but it is mapped with my actual organization one. Okay, so inside the organization, this two is mapped with my organization. Inside that, this is same. So we have to go inside peer organization org one example. uh, yeah, org one example inside that users inside users, user one, yeah, user one. Then we have MSP, user one, MSP, key store, yeah, key store, and then this path and this particular file name. Yeah, my file name is same exactly. That's what I copied now. So you have to remember to change this. And second path is there. This is down below, just below that is there. This is org1 MSP, and this is peer0 org1 example.com. So we are passing here cert again, same path, peer organization org1 users, user one or example MSP. Instead of key store, now we are doing sign certs. Inside sign certs, there is a cert.pam file. Cert.pam file. So we have to use cert.pam. So this will remain same. Might be for your setup as well, but remember to change this particular ID. Okay, and just cross verify this path as well. Cool. Very important thing. Otherwise, you might end up into multiple issues. But issue will be very simple to change the proper path. Very important. Now I think we are good. And to what are the steps to run this particular project? Very simple. So just I have mentioned these particular steps as well to edit the test file with respect to your path. And then again, I think this might be duplicated one. To copy, we have already copied this, not needed one. I think even this is also duplicated. Sorry, my bad. Yeah, cool. So these three steps we have to remember, and then might be this is a good step for. Step four is to set up my network. Docker compose hyphen up. There is two steps, two command to run hyphen up. Docker compose up hyphen d in a detached mode, or simply docker compose up. So I will run in my detached mode. So let's do in up mode only. Detached mode won't show any logs, but if you okay, did I not export my variables? Let it export again, not an issue. Docker compose up. Oh, my bad. This was already running, so I don't need to run it again. But yeah, my bad. I tried to run it again. So let's see if it's showing any error or what. So no, it's not showing any error. But this is a command to run your particular Explorer. Yeah, is it? It's already running in my it's running in my other terminal, so I tried to rerun it, but not an issue. So I just they just started showing me the latest logs out of it, so that's completely fine. Okay, so yeah, cool. So this is a command to run it, and then using docker id logs, you can check the logs as well. Now the good thing, the one interesting thing I want to show here, sign out. So once you logged in for first time, you will see something like this. Okay, you have to logged in into it, and then only you will able to enter it into it. So how to find this particular username and password, so which is defined in our, yeah, so this is defined in, I think, test network. Yeah, inside test network.json file, you can see here admin credential, client TLS enabled. Admin credential is this one, ID and password. ID is my Explorer admin, and password is Explorer admin PW. So this is my Explorer admin, and Explorer admin PW is my password. So when I will go log in into it, so I can see now these things. Now you have seen I have not deployed any chain code. So now let's try to do some activity on my network, and let's see, can I see the logs or transaction or hash in my Explorer. Okay, So let's go back and let's go to the our sample fabric samples test network, where I'll try to deploy my fabric chain code. We know the command to deploy chain code is here. Yeah, I'm using here again EHR setup itself, as I mentioned earlier. So it will take some time to package my chain code and get commit approval, all those things. So in meantime, we'll check the logs, what observations we can see over here. You can see they are showing proper times as well, like 35-34 minutes ago I have started this particular setup. So yeah, I can see the proper logs. Let's wait for this activity also to happen, and then we can see the new hash, or we can say new blocks is creating over here. So in meantime, I can explore the network section is here, block section is also here, where I can filter with respect to date. Is there any on my ninth? Did I did anything? Yeah, cannot put that date. Search reset. If I check the block hash, can check the block hash, block number, number of transaction in that particular hash, timestamp, block number. So you can see the transaction details also. You can see the read operations, whatever read things we did, write things, transaction ID, type of that transaction is a configuration level, creator is like order MSP creator, and all those things is there. Now let's try to go back. Yeah, previously it was 3, now I can see the 4 one. Yes, 4 second ago, like block 3 got added over here. Okay, amazing. Block 4 is also got added 3 second ago. Block 3 and block 4. Yeah, now I can see the block 5 is also get added over here. So you can see it's very effective and runtime. I'm not doing any refresh anything, but it's dynamically adding new blocks into this particular UI. So this is something pretty cool, right? So chain code is not yet committed, but I can see the transaction. So if we check the latest transaction, so we can check over here itself what it is. So this is a new block got added over here. Let's check transaction. Org2 MSP, Org2 MSP. Yeah, transaction ID. Yeah, you can see endorser. Endorser is Org1, Org2, payload proposer, type of endorser transaction. See, the type of transaction is endorser. Previously, we saw the configuration one. So yeah, cool thing is happening over here. We can check each and everything over here. But again, yeah, now I can see chain code is got deployed, and I can see the EHR chain code over here with version as 1.01. And there is no transaction count as of now because we have not used it. So cool, I can see a lot of good thing over here. So I can see the contract component, and then EHR chain code, contract instance, transactions 11 atom. You can see all the transactions, like these all are my functions name, by the way. Generate ID, record ID generator is there. These all are functions in onboard doctor, onboard insurance. So this is what you can cross verify whenever you will update your chain code. Is my changes got reflected properly or not? What are the parameters to check? What type of function it is, and what type of operations you are trying to do, fetch ledger. So this is how you can look into it, right? So yeah, pretty cool, I think. So this is all about the transaction, or we can say the blockchain explorer. And the good part is I love this feature, notification. So they have the notification as well. So whenever new blocks get added, so they will notify you, like 2 minutes ago block 5 got added to channel, block 4, block 3, and everything is there. Perfect, amazing. So if you have any issues, or any if you face any challenges in setting it up, so let me know, and please write your comments into the video section as well. If you have any challenges, don't hesitate to reach out, and feel free to use this repository. I'll simply update the code in the same repository. So repository is like here, this one, EHR Hyperledger Fabric project. I'll update this, and I'll give this particular repository in the description box link section. So thank you so much, guys. Bye bye. See you in next video. Jai Hind.